Hello, today we're going to walk through how to set up a contact form on your website. This website is using Astra, the Astra theme, and the Elementor page builder. So let's get started. On our dashboard, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Plugins and add New. Plugin you're going to want to add is Contact Form by WP Forms. Let's see if I can spell it right. Okay, there it is. This one right here. I'm going to click Install Now and then Activate. First thing you can do, there's some information you can go through if you like, but I'm going to create your first form. We're going to click that link, and the form we're going to create is a simple contact form. So let's click on that. Okay. Now, this is the simple contact form. It's already set up. You can use it as it is, but we should make some modifications, especially to make our form GDPR compliant. That's a new policy enacted in May, and we need to make sure that our contact form is ready for the GDPR. First thing I want to do is, as you notice, as I'm hovering over each of these sections, once I click on it, this panel changes. That means I can now change what's in this section, these fields. The name field is set up in the name section is set up in two fields, and I want to change that to one section or to one field. So in the format option, you would select simple. So now our name is in one field, which is a lot easier for people to fill out. Notice it's checked as required, and you'll see the red asterisk here, which indicates it's required. The email is fine. The content for the message, if you want to change this label, you would just click on that section and you could change that. I'm going to change comment or message to just message. If you would like to change the submit button, you would click on the submit button if you want to change the text instead of it saying submit. So I'm going to click on it, and right here is where you would change it. I'm going to make it say send message. You can change the form name. Instead of simple contact form, I'm just simply going to change it to contact form. Now to get back to the fields, we click over on the far left, click on the fields icon, and we're going to add another section, which is going to be this GDPR notification area. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go to Add Fields, click on there, and these are your options that you have available. The other fields below, fancy fields and payment fields, are faded out. Those are not available for use in the free version, so we are limited to these. We're going to use, I haven't found a way to easily do this except by using the checkbox option. So click on the checkboxes, drag it over into place, and then click on what you just drug in. You'll see there's three options preset. We don't want all those options. We're only going to want one. So to delete an option, you would click on the minus and delete and delete. Those are now deleted. Okay, to change the label, because right there it says check boxes, we're going to change it to GDPR notification. Okay. Now, okay, what I've done is I've set up a test page with my text in there already. And this way I can create a link in there going to my privacy policy. So I have this right in here, this section that says, check our privacy policy for more information, but I want to add a link to the words privacy policy. So I highlight privacy policy, click the insert edit link, then click the gear icon. Now click on the privacy policy page you have set up. And the other thing you want it to do is to open link in a new tab, because once they're on your contact form, they've probably already filled it out. And if they, in a second thought, decide to go look at your privacy policy, you don't want to frustrate them by having them fill your contact form out again. So click on that and then click Add Link. Now, to get this with the code for the link, you want to click on this text tab. This is the HTML, and you're going to highlight all of it, and then you're going to copy it. Now we're going to go back over here to our form builder, and in the first choice, we're going to take out that text, and then you're going to paste the text you just copied right into that field. And finally, you're going to want to make sure that it says it's a required field. Check required field. Now we're good with our contact form. Now click Save. Well, that looks nice. A couple of settings options over here, the Settings tab. In Notifications, this is where you could add your email address. Right now, this email goes to the just a minute, let me update this and it will go to the default email address that you set up in your dashboard under settings. If you want to change that and send it somewhere else, you just would delete that code and put your email address in that you want it to go to. Now clicking on this little, hovering over this little question mark gives you some additional information. If you want your email from your contact form to go somewhere to another address, like two email addresses, maybe you have a team, you would just add an email address, then put a comma, add the next one, and then put a comma and add the third one, as many as you like. So that's where you could add more than, would go to more than one person. You can change the email subject that shows when you get the email. That's where the subject line will come in. I'm going to change it from, let's see, contact form from my website, or you could say website contact form submission. This is going to the from name. That is the field. If you are in there, see the ID is 0. This is where the reply to field, you click over there in your email, the ID number 1. So this all automatically fills in for you, and then everything in the message is going to have, in your email message will have all the fields listed. So I love this easy drag and drop setting with this WP Forms. Now make sure you save it before you leave, and to leave the contact form editing field, you click on this X. All right. Now we're going to go to Pages, and we're going to insert that form into our contact page. All right, so if you have not made a contact page, I want you to make one. I have already created one, and this is the one that I had created and set up. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. I'm going to add new, and we're going to give it a title, Contact. I'm just going to name it Contact instead of Contact Us or Contact Page. And then I'm going to click Publish. Now click Edit with Elementor. Okay, add a new section. two columns. And in the first column, we're going to just add the text editor. And this is where you're going to put your contact information. All right, so I'm just going to paste the information I had from the other page, and you can format some of this. Oops, I don't want to do that, so I need to make sure I have a space in there. So contact information, I just want to make it a heading tag, not everything else. I'm going to bold the name of the company. Then for my telephone, I want to make sure this is a clickable link so that anyone on a mobile device, their cell phone, can just touch the phone number and it will auto dial. To do that, we highlight the phone number and then click the insert link. And then you're going to type TEL colon, then your phone number. You don't need any spaces. Once that's typed in, you'll click the apply arrow. Okay. Now that is a clickable link. I also am going to make my email a clickable link. Some people don't like to do this because they feel they'll get too much spam. I've been pretty lucky. I don't really get a lot of spam, so I'm comfortable with that. To do this, I just highlight my email address, click the link button again, and it automatically puts the mail to tag in there. So all I need to do now is click apply. So both my phone number and my email address are now clickable links. Then I'm going to go over to the second column here, click in it, and I need to add my form there. I will go down to the bottom because that's where WP Forms is going to be. I click on WP Forms and I drag it into position. Now I need to click right in the middle of that and select my form, contact form. See, there's my form. And as you'll see, the layout doesn't look really great right now, but I guarantee once it's published, it's going to look just fine. In the title area, I like to put, please feel free to send us a message using the contact form below. If you wanted to give that a heading tag, for instance, in this area, the contact information is heading 3. If you want this side to match, you would take this out. Let's just copy the text and delete that. Now I'll make sure I'm clicked into the column, and that means you click on this little edit column icon right there. Click right here. And now I want to put the text editor in there, and I want to make sure it's right above my form. And now I delete that text, put in the other text, highlight it, all of the text, and then I can put my heading 3. So now this text right here is the same font as this text. The other thing you'll notice is there's a lot of space in here. So let's go ahead and click on the dotted line in the center behind the columns and just pull that form out a little bit. That's going to help balance that out. The next thing we're going to do is add a Google map. To do that, you would click on Add New Section, and let's just make it a single section, one column. Click in the middle of the column, and then Google Maps is right here, and we just drag it over. And right here in the address field, you would put your address. I don't put my address because I work from home. I don't want that out, but I do live in Montana. So I put the city and the state where I'm at. You can increase the zoom level if you wish, but the default is 10. I think that looks just fine. You can change the height of your map by clicking on the height bar. So that's fine there. And when you've got all those elements in there, all you need to do now is click Update. All right, let's go to my pages and find that new contact form. Whoops, I don't need that. Sorry. Let me do that again. All right, pages. What I want to do is view it. So you would click where the new contact form and click View. That will take you to the view of the contact form. Now, I don't really need a map that big, and there's still a lot of space in here because I have just a small amount of contact information. So what I want to do is bring that map up like I have on this one. And to do that, all you do is click on the little edit widget icon right there. It's the little pencil. Hold and then drag it into position. So this, you see where the blue line is now? It's under that text box. So now my contact form is moved. The map might be a little bit tall now, so I can adjust that height down, maybe go to 350. Let's just change it that way. And then this section I added earlier, I'm going to just delete that. Okay, let's update it. Go to my contact form and refresh the page. And there we go. We have our map in with our next to the contact form. So now it's more balanced and we don't have that huge gap in there. That's all there is to creating a contact form, your contact page, putting your contact information on it, and making sure it's GDPR compliant, and adding a Google map. All right, until next time.